Radiant team ban.
I'm retarded. Okay, because I'm retarded, I had the stream muted. I've unmuted the stream now, so there we go. Anyway, so, as I was saying, G-Guard are currently sitting on 4 wins, 1 loss. First Departure up on 5 wins, 1 loss. So a fairly important game for both teams in securing their position in the playoff stage. But G-Guard aren't quite through guaranteed. On the other hand, First Departure, if they win this match, I think they're pretty much hands down. There's no way they can get knocked out. So they want to try and make this happen, but they're in a good spot at the moment, even if they do lose. But quick bans come out here as we have the, Legion Commander first ban, along with, well, yeah, Miracle. Why not? Just ban the Naga Siren, just do it. Get rid of it. On the other hand, First Departure, get rid of the Brewmaster and the Razor. Okay, so G-Guy can open up with the Centaur Warden. Now, this does give First Departure the option to go for some of the heavy hitters like Death Prophet if they want to. We've had a couple of targeted bans thrown against them instead, so this gives them some of the more generic heroes to use, just the all-rounder. Just pick this because they're awesome heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
But they're going to take their time with this.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, they really wanted to be cheap. Whoa, okay then, Phoenix picked up, alright. Man, I was going to say, I mean, if you want to pick something that's super annoying, like Centaur, one of the good things about Stampede is disengaging from a team. Like, you have someone try and blink and thunderclap you, and you go, blink, thunderclap, split, and you go, you know what, actually, Stampede, we run away, and we try and wait out your primal split, or just disengage a fair distance, and make you run for it. But you throw it up against something like a Void, Chronosphere, just completely screws with that plan. But First Departure go with a curveball straight out the bat. Phoenix being picked up here. It's honestly, I don't have a lot of experience with the hero. We'll see how it goes down then. Man. Alright then. First Departure, I mean, they're in a good, like I said, they're in a good position. This is a perfect game to experiment in. I mean, they can afford to lose it. It's going to be fine. G-Guard, on the other hand, decided to go with the Death Prophet.
Team ban.
Oh boy. Death Prophet sent to 1 or 2 really strong hits. No particular synergy there between the two, but... And if you want lockdown, they've got some serious lockdown there in the form of Enigma. The question is, can they land it? Death Prophet is actually fairly vulnerable to Enigma because she has to play forward, generally speaking. Like, she's going to be in range for Enigma to blink and Black Hole, or it's going to be really hard for her to stay far enough back to stay out of range of that. I'm also really not sure we'll see how the Phoenix goes. Like, Phoenix, yeah. He's one of those heroes who's, like, he either does a ton of work or he just sort of flaps around and doesn't do crap. He's a big hit or a big miss, generally speaking.
Dire team ban.
So, I'm going to see the ton of... Gee, like, okay, a little bit worried about the team fight. A little bit worried about Black Hole Ravage on top of the... on top of the Phoenix ult, but we'll see. First Departure in their hand, getting rid of the Spectre as well. Okay.
5 seconds remaining.
Now the next ban for G-Guard. Phantom Assassin being taken out there as well.
Ban.
And it's got some serious burst damage, especially since Death Prophet tends to build the armor fairly late. Definitely. A couple of crits here and there could definitely blow up very quickly. On the other hand, it can be pretty difficult for PA to get stuck in against Death Prophet because you jump in, you try and get at her, and she just yulls herself. You or herself, and suddenly you're stuck. Like, the worst thing is if Death Prophet yulls herself, gets thrown up in the air, and then you're sitting under an exorcism going, do I stay or do I stay and wait for it to come down? Or do I run away and disengage? Drow Ranger, though, picked up by First Departure. Holy crap, okay. Definitely going for a weird build. But now getting rid of the Spectre as well as the Slark, well, getting rid of the Spectre makes more sense. If you've got a Drow, she does not like playing at Spectre. The fact that that hero can always guarantee to get on top of her, really tough to deal with. Now, G-Guard do go with the Vengeful Spirit. This makes the Enigma black holing business very difficult. On top of that, it just makes it, like, it's not even just a good counter on Enigma, but it's really solid with the Death Prophet. The swap saves are definitely a big deal. It's going to be quite difficult to focus her down. They've got some chase with Drow, but if she's getting swapped back, they don't really have that follow-up to go after. Not like a Stampede or something would really give them the option to chase her down. First Departure, though, ooh, that's some serious story for Drow. Like, Drow already hits like a truck. You give her some early attack speed, she's blinking around, she can cause absolute havoc. And if she gets on top of Death Prophet, like, she blinks into a good position,
10 seconds remaining.
It could be tough for Death Prophet. Oh, then again, no, they've got Stampede.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know how I feel about this against the Stampede. Like, Drow, she blinks into position, she basically gusts Death Prophet and then slams her with the arrows. But between the Yules and the Stampede, I don't actually think she can focus down Death Prophet, so she'll probably have to go for stuff like Vengeful Spirits, Dental Warner. But even then, Stampede can really help them disengage quite quickly from Drow Rangers, so she's really going to be reliant on the setups there from Enigma and Ogre Magi. G-Guard now. They've got looking for another support here. Could even pick up something like a Shadow Demon as well if they really want it. I mean, that gives them another saving mechanism for the Death Prophet. Also really good with the Centaur. You're trying to lane against a Centaur and suddenly you get disrupted. Bam. He stomps you and you die. It is definitely quite frustrating. Or they could pick up, I mean, they've got the bench. I mean, we could even see something like a Dazzle come out. They've got like some serious negative armor come out. They could go with a full physical damage strat there. The negative armor push, just the heals, the shallow graves. Also possible. And I mean, they've already got some good lockdown and good stuns. They've got the Centaur to initiate. They've got the Vengeful Spirit to follow up. She's got really good defensive mechanisms as well. And the negative armor is also really, really nice. Actually, I think a Dazzle would fit into that lineup pretty nicely, actually. But we'll see what G-Guard have in mind here. Chew through. There were some connection issues earlier. It's just Alaka DCing at the moment. So let's go G-Guard. WTF is just taking his time with this draft here.
Remaining.
And it's going to be an Ember Spirit. So it does give him another option to get it on top of the Drow, which is nice. A little bit squishy though. I mean, it's dangerous picking an Ember into a Drow because she has a lot of physical damage. Ember obviously tends to build fairly glassy. So Drow builds mobility, so she blinks and then silent gusts him. Ember Spirit is probably going to get blown up really, really quickly.
Dire team ban.
I'm a little bit worried. Then again, they do have this. Oh, then again, I mean, they still have the Stampede. They still have the swap, so depends. Drow will have to be cautious, but it's definitely possible that Ember gets blown up by Drow, especially once she gets a crit out. Like, he could just melt
10 seconds
in a couple of hits, because Ember Spirit has an awful agility gain, so his armor tends to be very, very low.
5 seconds remaining.
And they don't really have some obvious armor carriers there. Centaur, like, honestly, in this matchup, like, he might even just build some armor for his team, but we'll see. But generally speaking, we see Blink, Blade Mail, Force stuff, lots of items that they don't normally go towards that first departure. Wow. Alright, so it's going to be a Medusa to follow up. That's a lot. I mean, this is a greedy lineup, but they've got a lot of stereo for Medusa. It's actually really, really annoying. And they've got some push factor too. The Drow Aura with the... if they get the Eidolons out and not being killed, like nuked down by Crypts or whatever, the Drow Aura is actually really scary. Did Enigma, with the Drow Aura being popped for his Eidolons, they could monster down a town very quickly.
Remaining.
But we will see. But Medusa, with the Bloodlust and the Precision Aura, ouch, ouch, she is going to hit like a truck. It is quite possible that First Departure are ready to fight before G-Guard really expect them to be ready, but final pick here is going to be the Undying. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. The zombies will eat up some split shot attacks, but they don't have anything to deal with Medusa's mana pool. The tower is honestly pretty underwhelming in the late game. And against the Drow and the Medusa, I feel like G-Guard have got to make things... like, they've got to get off to a good start. If they don't get off to a good start, they're going to just get overpowered by Miracle and Pelosin here. It's going to be really tough for them. Ling will fall off pretty quickly. Centaur can only do so much. But of course, the unknown factor is the Phoenix. I have no idea how good this hero is going to be in this matchup.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, maybe their plan is just to sit Phoenix behind Medusa and go, well, we heal him with the
5 seconds
we heal him with the
remaining.
Ray, and just sit there while Medusa sits next to a tower and tries to kill it. I mean, G-Guard don't exactly have a good way to deal with a mana shield, so maybe they just put one up the front and go, you know what, let's see how much shit she can stand up against. Anyway, while we're paused here, I'll call the lineup. So, playing for First Departure on the Radiant side, we've got Miracle playing the Drow, Pelosin on Medusa, Alaka playing Phoenix, Lubby on the Ogre Magi, and Hannah playing Enigma. Lubby, It's going to be an interesting game for him. I think he's going to be doing a lot of work here. But, G-Guard on the Dire side, we've got Winter playing the Centaur Warner, Sharky is going to playing the Vengeful Spirit when he gets back in, TFG there on Death Prophet, Ling playing Undying, and WTF on the Ember Spirit. Honestly thought we would have seen a Void in here somewhere, but managed to escape his way through there. I'm really not feeling the Ember Spirit pick up this match. I feel like a Void would have been a lot better. Just it synergizes so well with Death Prophet, and it's just the fact that he can basically guarantee that you get someone on top of Drow and you just beat a face in really, really quickly. And he's also got a nice little build where he builds in a Manta. And Manta as well as the... sorry, I'm having a mind blank. Diffusal Blade. And you can basically... he can steal a surprising amount of mana off the Medusa. It can be quite frustrating for it, but we will see where they go with this. I really feel like the Ember Spirit was possibly a questionable pickup. I'm also not 100% on the Dirge. Then again, I said Dazzle as the other support. Like, Dazzle like doesn't need as much farm as the deal, and he synergizes more directly with the Death Prophet with the massive negative arm, which can make Medusa a lot easier to deal with. I feel like the Dazzle would have been a lot stronger than the Undying. Undying is kind of greedy, needs to get in close to do his stuff. And he just doesn't have those 1-point wonders where, like, Dazzle, even towards the late game, like if he's fallen behind, you can just go, you know what? Here's a Shallow Grave, and at the right moment, it makes all the difference. And even just the weave from the long distance, it really, really makes a huge difference in the fights. But Dirge just drops off after about the 30. He drops off about the same time that Panda starts to fall off, unless he had an absolutely massive start. He really does fall off quite a bit. Man, what are they going to do with this Phoenix? I feel like the Phoenix is going to be... well, I mean, they're going to offlane with the Phoenix. Phoenix is pretty irritating to go after in the offlane, especially when they only have one stun in the form of Magic Missile. The Dirge can't really do anything to Phoenix. Ember, I suppose, but it's tricky for him to land the chains on the Phoenix. I don't really see that happening with any great deal of ease. So we'll see. On the other hand, Lubby is going to have a hell of a game. Basically, it's going to have to do all the support. It's going to be a greedy Enigma farming away. Lubby trying to buy everything. On the plus side, for FD, the level of aggression from G-Guard really isn't there, so they're probably going to get a fair amount of farm time with Medusa. I don't think she's going to get interrupted fairly early on. Dirge is not great at ganking, and Vengeful Spirit can only do so much, and when you've got a support Ogre hanging around to help him out, I think he should be just fine. As well as that, it's also hard to smoke through the enemy jungle when there is an unseen jungler in there. Just sort of, like, you can't smoke through there with any great deal of ease when you can't tell where the jungler is. It's just so much chance that you bounce off the jungler as you try to come through. Not really. Anyway, we'll see if Phoenix is going to warrant this pickup as opposed to something like a Void in the offlane. I mean, I feel like probably the main reason they picked the Phoenix is, I guess, for the heal. Like, it's got to be that silly Ray because the ult is not that good. I mean, you compare his ult, his reincarnate, you compare his ult with Nova and compared to the, like, Chronosphere, it's just nowhere near as good. And it has so much risk next to it. With the old, like, Chronosphere is like, chuck it down. If we get something good, if we don't, well, yeah, whatever. No great deal of risk. Phoenix, you ult, and then you go, well, I hope this works, or I die. Jesus Christ. And even then, like, there's no guarantee you get a kill, whereas if you throw down a Chronosphere and catch them, well, Drow is just going to tear them apart. This is ridiculous. I don't know. On the other hand, he is less farm dependent, but still, well, no, I take that. He still is pretty farm. Like, Phoenix needs items to do stuff, otherwise he's just not that useful. He's got to get stuck in. He's got to get Fire Spirits out, do some work with them, get the Ray to work. Stuff. He's got to get, like, he's got to basically fire off. He's got to fire on all cylinders, or he just has no impact in the fight. Whereas Void's just got to basically, Void's got one job: place circle. That's the kind of stuff you literally learn to do in preschool, where you go, the round circle goes in the round peg, not the square one. Oh well, G-Guard though. I mean, it's good to see new heroes get played, but I feel like Phoenix is like in... I feel like some of the heroes like just win, like the same problem that Windrunner suffers from. She's just an overly complex hero. The hero can be good. The hero can be fantastic. But the problem is she is so overly complex that she has to have sort of this perfect storm of perfect play and perfect storm of situation to arise for her to be useful. I feel like that's really why she's just fallen out of favor. And like heroes like Potom have come back, which is like toss the arrow. If you hit arrow, bang, there we go. We've got a fight. If you miss arrow, throw another one in 18 seconds. No big deal. It's low risk, high reward. Whereas Windrunner's high risk, high reward, but you've got to take those risks and you've got to get a little bit lucky too. Because I mean, sometimes those shackle shots just don't behave. And Phoenix is kind of the same deal. Like you've just got to get so much risk, so much complication, but just not even. I'm going to be honest, not even that big a payoff. Anyway, we'll see how this one turns out. Okay, Enigma is heading to the off lane. I'm not sure if that's where they're going to end up. And it's actually okay, it's the support Phoenix. I thought it would be off lane Phoenix. It's going to be support Phoenix. Enigma will off lane. Looks like they're actually going to share the load here. And Lubby's just moving out to get the wards down, and then he'll probably head back to... What is going on here? Apparently having more and more issues. Alright, Peloson's ready to go this time around. I'm not actually sure who's pausing and who's not. Apparently his keys are messed up. Alright, never mind. Okay. Oops. Chat open. Now, Enigma can offlane. In fact, he's actually pretty decent offlane. It's not too bad. And he's probably going to be fairly safe because this isn't a killer. In fact, are they I think they're actually dual laning. Or are they not? Maybe Ling just might block here. Actually, no, wait. Ling's open up with a stout shield. I think they're dual laning. If they're dual laning, this is actually a... This is going to give Enigma a lot of room, actually. Ling isn't that dangerous. No, Ling is going to head back to the top. I don't know, so they're not dual laning. Ling is heading top. Oh, not? No, he's just... Okay, he's just being shared a counter ward there, and he's going to head bottom. So they will go back to dual laning. Alright, TFG being pulled, fairly stock standard start there. Maxing out on his stats. Brow as well, similar story. Pulled and maxing out on stats.
To battle.
Wraith Bands and Null Talismans all around. Enigma on the other hand will probably pick up his early items here. Now, he's not going to get as much farm as if he jungles, but this is going to take the load off Lubby a bit, which is going to open up to just make plays earlier. Having boots earlier, smokes, all those good things. It's just a less greedy way. It's just a less greedy choice from first departure.
The battle begins.
Never refuse gold given.
If it's being picked up by Alec, I don't know how much he can do with that. In fact, probably not going to be able to do anything with it at all. The hand. Send this Dirge in this lane here. Now, he's not going to do that much farm. But the main reason for Dirge to be here is just to punish the Trial. If they try and dive on top of the Centaur, Dirge is going to throw down a Tombstone and go, you know what, Decays and Tombstones against 3 heroes, it is really, really tough to deal with. In fact, they probably can't deal with it. So it's just going to basically prevent FD from getting too aggressive in the bottom lane. As we're going to see the Phoenix coming from behind, but I don't think she's going to be able to make anything happen here. Now, the counter ward not spent by Undying just yet. They're going to hold on it as the Decay start coming out here. Oh, getting a double Decay, giving that one away a little bit. In fact, Pelos taking some heavy hits. Off feeds coming in. Going to do a little bit of harassment. But meanwhile, top lane. This is going to be relatively easy for Enigma. Hannah having an easier lane than he probably expected. But Ember... I mean, if Ember sits like this while his supports are away, like, he's just going to get dominated by Hannah. Hannah is going to be able to turn these Eidolons on him and just force him back very easily. Meanwhile, though, mid lane, though, Drow up against... I mean, Drow's going to be out of CS, there's no question there. But on the other hand, Miracle is going to be copping some heavy harassment there from the Crypt Swarm. As well as the fact he's not really going to be able to shut down the ability for Death Prophet to farm. Surely that... Oh, no, it just doesn't. Oh, man, that's so close. That is unfortunate for Alaka there. And he might assume, because he didn't see it, that there is an award here. Although, judging from how these guys are moving on, he might figure it out. There is still a ward up somewhere. Winter also charging in here. Going to cause some grief there for Lubby. But he's mostly coming through just to make sure he camps and secures the 2-minute rune. He's going to make sure that that Miracle can't get his hands on him. Both going to take it there. Sharky now is going to make a play here on mid. Miracle could be in trouble as well as the Courier. Oh, terrible timing for the Courier to come through. Should be an easy kill for Sharky. Stun comes out there. Miracle going to let the Courier get away. Then we're going to see the Crypt Swarm come through. Sharky, though, going to back off. Meanwhile, some hits being put into him. Now, TFG moves in as well. He's got Crypt Swarm up in 1 second. He's going to go for a Crypt Swarm. Misses, though. And now he's in trouble. Miracle makes a distance. Decides not to play for it. Actually, no, he's going to come back in. TFG still taking harassment for the creep. Oh, Sharky's back. He needs a tree cut, but he's out of tangos there. Miracle comes in. Sharky coming in top of Miracle. We'll have the shot's going to come out. Ghost is going to try for the counter kill, but the creep are tanking. I see Sharky there. He's aggroing, making sure the creep keep the tower aggro. Now Phoenix jumps in there. Should be able to get her. Oh, no, he can't. His fire spirits are on cooldown, having already used them. Phoenix dives forward and doesn't get the slow off. Sharky's going to have a free pass. Oh, maybe not actually. Fire Spirits hits there. 1 hit. Burning him down. Can he get hit number 2? Hit number 2 lands, but I don't think it's enough damage. It is only a level 1 Fire Spirits. Sharky should be okay. Or maybe not actually. He's hit all 4. He's in trouble. We'll get him all 4. We'll do that. No, 2 health. Oh, so close. Man, we can see the damage output there from Fire Spirits is so freaking low that the clarity doesn't actually get cancelled. Miracle, though, does fall there early on. Has to... Right now, wow. That's a lot of gold lost, plus the fact that he had to TP out as well. And Sharky... He had a hell of an excursion. The TP just coming in way too late. I mean, he had time to go all the way through here, all the way over there, come all the way back around, go in under the tower, kill somebody, and then get the hell out before anybody finishes TPing in. That's FD just being a little bit greedy with his supports there, although... To be fair, Ogre probably didn't have enough money for any support items there. Arguably, Phoenix probably should have given Ogre the TP scroll. But even if Ogre doesn't buy it, like, Phoenix probably should have just sacrificed the TP scroll for Lubby, because Lubby's going to do more if he TP's in the counter gank. He's got a stun, he's got a slow. It's more likely they get a return kill, but it was arguably a very, very slow TP. Now, Boots on Winter, he's got Tranquils. Uh-oh, Pelosed, stomp, no, cancelled. Winter, though, going deeper, gets a stomp, double edge. It's a little bit too late, though, as the shield is already up. In comes the stun from Lubby, moves into position. Double edge, Pelosed, though, reflecting, or deflecting most of the damage there. Doesn't matter, though. The zombie tower comes in, and they get the follow-up kill, but they do give away a kill in return. So they're going to try and get the gold here from the tower, though Lubby's probably finding his... Not gonna get it there. We see, out of that fight, yeah, there we go. Medusa, she did actually end up with cash coming out of that. But she does have to spend on a TP scroll to get back out. So overall, a slight net loss. But not slowing her down as much as G-Garb would have liked. Oh, Winter, he's getting ready for a sneak attack. Pelosin, if he moves up, he's got boots, but Winter's got his tranquils up. Oh, he's so close. Winter's thinking about it. He's going to go for this. No, his support isn't close enough just yet. He might actually just be giving Ling a couple of last hits here before they go for this. They might actually want some more mana on Ling as well. Actually, they're waiting for Tombstone. That's what they're waiting for. But now Alaka's back. Still only level 2, though. Close to level 3. Now they're going to move in Lubby. It's going to go off to Lubby instead. I don't think they get this kill. A double edge going to come... No, they don't even bother. It's like, yeah, he's too tanky. No point. They wanted to go on Pelosin. It's either they go on Pelosin or they don't really get a kill. Alaka, maybe they can burst in Alaka before he can get away, especially if they get a level 5 Centaur.
Radiant's top tower is under
they're not
attack.
killing Lubby. Lubby, from full health anyway. Lubby is way, way too tanky. Meanwhile, though, top lane, Ember Spirit getting a lot of last hits here. Actually, not as much work as I would have thought being done. by the Eidolons. Meanwhile, they're going off TFG. However, the wraparound is coming from Shark. He's going to be too slow, though. TFG's going to get blown up. Miracle tears him apart. They will get the counter kill here as the stun comes through. Wave of Terror as well.
A foundling's life is
but there's still a solo kill for Miracle. The Sharky was coming, just wasn't fast enough. Doesn't have any boots. They will find the Radiant Ward. It's Phoenix now looking for some Tranquils. Hasn't managed to pick them up just yet. Now, what is Hannah going for first? Boots, just general boots, I think. Yeah, boots, Soul Ring. He's picking up a Soul Ring, I think. No, he's already got his Soul Ring. No, never mind. Yeah, no, it just came out. He's got a Soul Ring. He's got a Bassie. He's gone for the double rings, the bling bling.
Corpses.
And in this case, I think you'll just get the mech first. I don't think they have a great burning desire for an early blink. Because, I mean, Enigma blinks in, sure, okay, blinks in, gets down the black hole, but then, you know, he's eating Exorcism, they've got the swap, there's a lot of ways to cancel it, so the blink black hole, I think less important than just his team fighting pushing power, it's going to be more important. Especially the positive, like the heal and the extra armor coming out from the mech, it's going to be a pretty big deal against the Exorcism. Close and turning, just dropping some hits into Ling. Ling actually wow, Ling's taking some heavy hits there. The phase boots, it's a lot of damage. Medusa going to have to back up. And that health pot, with a negative strength, she's going to actually fully heal off that one pot. Man. Now TFG now in trouble again. Phoenix diving forward, gets a slowdown with the dive as well. Cryptstorm comes through. Alaka now in trouble, does not have his ult up. TFG could get a kill, never mind. The damage comes through, but now Alaka going to be a return kill on him. But easily worth it. Now WTF may regret this decision made. He's got a remnant. Oh, he's got remnants left, but no, he's so slow. He can't actually remnant away. Throws out the sleight of fist, tries to dodge a shot, doesn't manage it. One more hit. Will an uphill miss? No, it doesn't. Miracle with a double kill. Oh, easily not worth it there for G-Guard. Support for 2 cores. Ouch. And they fed both kills to Miracle. 700 gold there. And he's just going for the mass Wraith Bands. Boots, he'll finish up the treads, and then we'll possibly even see Counter Yash or straight to a blink. Stun comes through. Medusa got to pop her ult, drive them back here. We'll have room to escape. Tries to get back here. Will manage to walk away. Tower is giving chase with some. Look at the zombies go. Oh man, there's some speedy zombies there. Now Hannah moved into the fight. He's got Black Hole ready to go if he wants to use it. Pelosin coming back in as well. In comes the guard, Ling. They're moving Ling back in. Black Hole comes in. Oh, catches one. They could have been better. Could have caught 2. Doesn't matter. Stun comes through. TFG doesn't have an ult. And they will feed away. No, Zombie Tower despawns first. But oh, ouch! 2 more kills, and they don't even get Hannah in return. We see another big swing there. 1,600 gold going to FD, and G-Guard just faltering in this early stage of the game. WTF desperately trying, and this is it. Like even if he had early drum, like he's got ring, even if he had drums as well, he's just so squishy against the mass. Like the physical damage Drow is knocking out right now. It's just way too much for him to deal with. Oh wow, we're seeing a Blink Mask of Madness Drow. I think we are. I think that's where he's going to go with this. And he's just going to go for that sheer physical like he's just going to blink Gust and just try and mow down the Drow, the Ember Spirit, before they know what the hell is going on. And he'll probably wait to counterattack. Like he's gonna wait until that Stampede is expended, and then he'll go, okay, I'm gonna blow up Death Prophet now. And she's nowhere near a Yules either. After that, those couple of deaths, she's gonna be so far behind. And see that we bring up the net worth at 10 minutes. Look how far. Like the offlane Enigma is ahead of her. Granted, it was a pretty easy lane for Enigma comparatively. But it's still not a good sign, considering Death Prophet, yeah, definitely should have been getting a lot of farm out of that mid lane. What'd she end up on CS-wise? In fact, she didn't even CS that well. That Drow, like, she's crushed in lane. 37-8 for a Death Prophet? Should be way better than that. Like, Drow's got some really annoying long-range harass, but trying to harass, you know, with Crypt Swarm each and every time is just asking to get beaten up. But Drow with the mass stats right now, she is really deceptively tanky. When she's on strength trades, like she's got 1,200 hit points. At 11 minutes in, 1,200 hit points when she's toggled to strength. That is a lot of health for 11 minutes into the game. And you combine that with 12 armor, or 11 armor, that's just, wow. And it's just going to get worse. Like she's going to get another agility boost in a second, because she's almost, like the level 10 to 11 time jump. It's not very long because it's like level 1 to level 2. It's 600 experience. It's nothing. The level 11 to 12, like the level 11 to 12 is a huge gap, but getting your second level in your ult, very, very easy for Drow here. And she's gone for the 1 value point there in Gust. Just maxing out that slow just to help her lock down the Death Prophet. Even the Ember Spirit as well, just like he cannot Remnant away. Unless he has a Remnant already set, like he has to have a Remnant already set up and waiting to go. Otherwise he cannot escape by himself while Frost Arrows are on top of him, because Remnant, when he tries to, just goes at an absolute crawl. I mean, this might even be a match to get the Scotty Drow as well. Scotty Drow is actually super legit. I've played with that, and actually it is amazingly good. When you're playing against heroes that try and kite, or melee heroes, it is so freaking good. Just throwing it like a 50% slow, and especially the Ember Spirit loses all of his attack. Like, he has like bugger all attack speed to begin with for an agility hero. You throw on the attack speed slow from stuff like Fire Spirits as well as the Scotty, he just doesn't do he does not do a damn thing. Miracle though, Mask of Madness done. Probably the Blink Dagger next. That's the most likely progression that I see coming out from him. Now his son's coming down there, WTF, just driving him back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it will be the mech first for him. Well, Phoenix not really having much of an effect this game so far. He's tried to TP to save mid once, and I'm guessing, I honestly don't know what he's doing. And maybe the plan is when Drow blinks in that Phoenix just basically dives in and pops his ult and says, you know what, alright, either you focus the Drow so she doesn't kill you, and in which case my stun goes off, my ult goes off perfectly, or you focus me and buy time for Drow to kill 2 or 3 people. And maybe that's the plan, I don't know. But I mean, I feel like you could do a similar thing with Void, where you just leap in and chrono somebody, or 2 people, and then Drow kills them, so, yeah. Again, now we get the ult coming in there from Sentinel, but Pelosi going to pop his own ult, drive them back, and they are going to have to disengage. Sharky now trying to get away. Mystic Snake has already been used. Meanwhile, they are giving chase after... Oh, God, Ling. Ling dives into the enemy team, says, alright, guys, I'll try and buy you some time. And he does manage that, but it is a free kill for FD, and Stampede down.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And they're going to take the last hit on that one there. Exorcism, they try and find the kill in the mid lane there on the tower. Don't manage it. It will get denied most likely in a second. DFT does manage to disengage though. Nobody decided to follow up on him. Hannah goes to the bottom lane.
Radiant's middle tower
now
has been
I think we'll see him just keep the slow at level 1. The ignite at level 1, and he will max out Bloodlust next, I feel. Because this is going to be so damn good for Miracle. As well as Pelosi on the Medusa. TFG, no, he's popped the name of his room. We'll skulk. See if he can find an easy pick off. He's probably not going to get the Phoenix because he doesn't have his silence. If he had his silence, yeah, he could get a solo kill, but it's not worth it to try. Phoenix will just dive away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Drow, she's getting, look, Drow's like, oh, look, free kill, bang, dead. Alec actually says, I need a second here. Oh, man. Yeah, but just Trust like, oh look, freebie. Remember's like, oh, I'll have that. Ling's like, I've got a Death Robber here, but what could Death Robber do? She can't even silence the Drow. Doesn't even have silence, and her ult's down. Like, just Drow Miracle has nothing to fear. Absolutely nothing to fear there. Things are coming out on. Did they see Lubby? They might have seen Lubby rotate past this ward. Oh, Pelosi though. Plenty of free space for him at the moment up in the top lane. He's a little bit behind him. He's only at 81 CS. But he has been getting harassed pretty heavily by the dual lane in the bottom. He's going to TP bottom. Looks like he's going to... Alright, let's get out of here. They've lost track.
Tower is under attack.
A lot of the Dire team. Now we see the Gust come out. The Mask of Madness as well. Ember Spirit jumps forward though. Miracle now going to try and TP it under duress. Can he get away? No, he cannot.
Tower is under attack.
It was a good attempt though. Pretty damn close. You know what? If he didn't have the Mask of Madness turned on, he probably would have gotten away there. Unfortunately, the damage, the bonus damage from the Mask of Madness getting him killed. He thought he could get the kill, but there was an Ember nearby. Meanwhile, Winter, sitting on the tower, is going to be forced to get back there. Pelosi. Everybody being buffed up right now by Ogre.
Are fortified.
TFG down the mid lane. Doesn't have mana for Exorcism, even if it was up. Looks like they're going to lose the tier 1 bottom. It's most likely going to happen.
Dire's
Not much they can do about that.
bottom tower is
TFG
under
now.
attack.
Got a very offensive ward down here.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Enigma getting the last hit on that one. Meanwhile, WTF trying to get some catch. Like, this is a problem though. WTF
Radiant's
is
middle
so
tower
far
is under
behind.
attack.
Like, Ember Spirit needs to be snowballing at this point in time, and he's just not. He's still trying to build a drums, just so he's not. It's not so squishy that Drow blows him up in a few seconds flat. This ward here, it's a very deep aggressive ward. Ward's coming in. Alaka porting a fair distance. He ports to this tower here just so they can have a faster port to the tier 1 if they want it. Some chains come in there on Alaka along with the Sleight of Fist. The silence of Alaka now in some trouble. We'll need to pop his ult if he can in a second. He gets in the tree. No! WTF needed to go for it. Throws in the Sleight. We'll get the kill. Just need to be a little bit faster. Stampede now trying to disengage. Medusa popping her ult. Now Sharky in trouble. Sharky locked down. We'll get taken out. Not much they can do about that. But at the moment, FD definitely in a commanding position. Just unfortunately they lost Alaka there. Just need to just go for his ult. Miracle jumping forward. He's looking at TFG. TFG though ukes him. Jukes away. TFG having the advantage of seeing that there, and they're going to pop the backstabbing exorcism coming out here. Meanwhile, they are going to go forward into the tombstone. Hannah now in trouble. Exorcism coming in from the rear side. The Light Sleight of Fist comes in as well. TFG taking some heavy hits. In comes the mech though, trying to heal him up before they lose Hannah, and they will get a dominating streak there for Pelosi. They go for the kill. Pelosi goes down though, but they get the death problem with it, and now Drow getting stuck in. Miracle's here. Phoenix popping his ultimate. Can it say Miracle? No, it can't. Miracle gets taken out there. Sharky now about to get stunned up by the Phoenix ultimate there. Sharky in trouble. Will get slowed up there. Gets the stun out there. Alaka, will he give chase? We will go forward, but it's healed up right now from the high ground. Throws out the ray. Oh, both go down. But it is a 4 for 2, and they lose 2 cores there for 1 in return. G-Guard, I think, getting the upper hand in that fight fairly easily. 600 gold there for Ember Spirit, and 800 or 900 for the Centaur, which will get him most of his 4-star as it turns out. Bit of a scrappy fight from FD. They just, this ward though, saw Miracle go down here, go towards the farm, and TFG said, yeah, we can go for this. Just came out behind them with the X-System and cleaned them up. Like, FD were not expecting the X-System to come at them from behind a tier 1, behind one of their own tier 1s. Like, wait, who does that? So in the end, they get a big fight there. We'll also clean up the tower as well. And G-Guard breathes some life back in this match for themselves. See the swing there. Around about close to a 3,000 gold swing. But I don't know if it's enough though, because FD, they can have a setback like that. That'll be okay for them. It's annoying. But they're still in a good position. They're still leading. And the point is they have the better late game. Like, they have arguably the way better late game. Even if you were to go for something like a YOLO Rapier on WTF, the problem is, I mean, FD have a great YOLO Rapier late game play as well, if they really have struggle. They have that Medusa right there and waiting for them. And it seemed like that was the plan too. Drow got stuck in, Alaka then jumped in, but it looks like it just wasn't enough. Alaka went, alright. They went, alright, well, you can do that. We will tank your ult, but we will make sure we kill Miracle. Miracle will probably need a BKB before he can afford to do that. So we can at least ride out the stuns and magic damage. Probably is going to go BKB next. It won't help him against the X-System damage, but it will pretty much cut down a ton of damage from Ember Spirit. We're pretty much all chains and flame guard at the moment. And obviously, Undying won't be able to do anything. Centaur's getting it bounced. His stomp is Double Edge as well. Double Edge being a big deal up against the Mask of Madness. Basically saved him a lot of grief. I still have to do something about the zombie tower though. But now, G-Guard going to try and run Roshan down here, but it looks like FD, they don't know what's happening, they don't have any wards up, but they're just going to say, you know what, well, if you don't defend, we're going to take another tower. And they can definitely do it. They've got Mech, they've got Eidolons, they've got the Bloodlust as well, which is now level 2.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Miracle's just going to be on standby in the jungle. Another 1,000 gold. Then we'll see where he goes
attack.
next with his build.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just cleaning up enemy stacks. Do we have extra stacks? Was just that medium camp. But Aegis being picked up there by the Death Prophet.
Top tower has fallen.
But they end up trading some towers
Radiant's
for it in
bottom
return.
tower
So all
is
in all,
under
FD
attack.
makes something out of that. But G-Guard now, they're going for the tier 1 bottom, which FD, they could defend this if they wanted to, but it looks like they might just try and trade for the tier 1 mid. This is going to make it a little bit difficult for Medusa to farm. On the other hand, G-Guard aren't getting that offensive in terms of ganking, so Medusa's probably fairly safe if she just tries to farm down there by herself. Now the TP supports are coming in, but with VS going top, I don't really think they can hold. No, they're not. They're just going to TP Winter into the mid just in case they push on in the tier 2 and they're ready to put up some kind of defense, whereas Sharky just tries to take the pressure off the tier 3. Reports are going to come in again for G-Guard. Going to the tier 3 at the moment. Undying moving forward. Winter is ready to try and make something happen, but there's the Bloodlust Pelosi. Pelosi just moving up. And Miracle on standby, ready to jump anybody who gets a little bit too eager. Gets out of position. As we see, no, Drow is actually going for the counter Yash first, so we'll go for the Man Stuff first, which will get rid of the silence, we'll get rid of the chains, but won't really help with the hard stuns there from VS as well as the Centaur. Unless you mean he has some magically awesome dodge timings there. Drow will have the Asher done in a moment. I mean, it might even just be casual Asher or BKB, but it's probably going to be finished up to a Manta Stuff first by the looks of it. TFG with... Oh, okay, that's a big pickup there. Ghost Scepter being picked up for TFG. I'm going to laugh if he Ghost Scepters and get blown up by... blown up by chain multicast or something. That's going to be pretty frustrating for him, but... All in all, a really solid pick there against the Drow, as well as the Medusa. Pelosi now working towards his own... Well, I mean, that could actually just be casual Yasha into a Skadi straight up. In fact, it might even just be the Skadi straight up. He doesn't need the Manta that badly. And on top of that, the Skadi first will give him great tanking power, along with the fact that they have the early steroids as well. This is coming out of the Drow with the Aura. This is stat gain. With the Drow Aura, the stat gain is so much more effective off the Skadi. So you get this extra stat gain in terms of damage. Bloodlust as well. I would love to see the Skadi Drow this match, but we'll see whether or not it happens. In fact, Medusa might even go Skadi first as well. We'll see. It is going to be a Manta style though. But Skadi first Medusa would also be a really big deal. If she picks that up, she'll be super tanky, so hard to get rid of. And she already has great damage, great attack speed buffs as well from Bloodlust. And the Drow Aura going to be a big deal for her. At the moment, Pelosi moves up, then backs off, decides not to commit just yet. His ult is ready. Everybody has their ults. X-System obviously already in play. Looks like they're just going to let this go. As Gus comes out, doesn't connect with anybody though. Deny. Yes, Enigma gets it. With the help of the Eidolons, our drums being popped. Dive forwards as well. Pelosi though, they don't find any targets. It looks like a disengage. Successful there for G-Guard. Stampede also used. So yeah, they're definitely getting out of here. WTF going to teleport out. Phoenix ults because, you know, he can, I guess. Because, you know, fuck those trees in particular. I don't know. Yeah, no idea why he did that. Dying though, still working on a mech. Centaur. They're way off anything new, unless the courier has any goodies for him. Nope. First departure though, they're in no rush here. They have, I really feel like they had the better late game, so they're in no rush to make anything happen. They get a good fight, sure, but otherwise, they're completely happy to just go back to farming. I mean, they just sit back and farm, get BKBs up on the Miracle, as well as probably the, well, you know, the Enigma, it'll help, but it won't be that good, because obviously swap and just the physical damage coming out of G-Guard. They've got the blink on the Enigma now. I mean, they get the Scepter up on Magi. They've got a lot of options in terms of building out their items. They've got time, they've got space to work with. Whereas G-Guard, clock is kind of ticking. They don't want to go into the ultra late game against a fat Drow and a fat Medusa. They're probably not going to manage to handle that. So you see already, TFG taking some massive hits there from the physical damage output. Oh, Miracle just continuing to farm and farm. It is going to be a Manta first, most likely. Judging by his Medusa's build, like the Medusa build, also building the Manta first. They are going to go for that, I reckon. Again, I would love to see that Skadi, but looks like it will be Manta first. Love, he hasn't made any start in any kind of scepter. He's doing a lot of the support at the moment. Now, Phoenix doesn't have to do mech because they've already bought it with Enigma. I wonder what he's going to go for. Maybe just something simple like a Force Staff Always useful for trying to keep Drow out of trouble, pushing away from Exorcism, all sorts of good stuff like that. Pushing away from Stomps, Double Edges. And here we go. The Mantis Style finished up there for Miracle. Now Death Prophet realizes she's really vulnerable to physical damage. Picks up both the Ghost Scepter and the Plate Mail. Whether or not it's a casual Plate Mail to begin with, or if she just goes for the straight up Shiva's Guard, we'll see. Now WTF trying to build into a very late battlefield. Double damage. Oh, that's a heavy hit there, but just zips away.
Find.
First departure, farming. It's the name of the game. G-Guard on the other hand, they've got to try and make something happen. They're going to split up, put some pressure on the towers, maybe. Undying there, and just going to sit in the mid lane and trade hits here right now with the Phoenix. Not really getting a whole lot done at all. That's one of the issues for G-Guard, is their timing, where Undying is, especially at an underfarm state, although he has picked up a mech, is even with a mech, like his usefulness is going to really start, like it's already going to be pretty, not that great. At 35 minutes, it's really going to start to drop off, and after that, it's just going to be fairly just like, don't even care if, Doge's can turn up the fight because he's just not doing anything anymore. The zombie tower dies too quickly, the zombie is just getting shot down, Decay is not that effective when they have that much more health. But he's just not tanky enough to stay in the fight with his ultimate form. So we'll see where she goes next. I think it's just going to be the Skadi next, though. She doesn't really need the Lincolns this match. Not super vital for her, so I feel like she can just go straight Skadi. Or she could just go for some raw damage too. But with the Drow Aura, like the stats are... I feel like she's already got a lot of damage from that Drow Aura, so she can just go prioritize getting stats. As well as the slow utility. Drow Mask Madnessing up. I think they're getting ready to fight. Blink forwards there. Uh-oh, Silence goes down. WTF. He's in some serious trouble. He gets stunned here. Scrappy trying to get him out of trouble. Miracle, though, struggling to get the attack on the low. This is just... I swear if you check...
Dire's bottom tower
if you go back and check Miracle's, like, vision, I reckon he was trying to attack downhill. But what was go, oh, it's too far away. Better run the long way around, guys, and try and attack. Instead of just moving up and attacking downhill. Oh man, that sucks. I'm 90% sure that's what was happening, because he was just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like he's realized he's too far away, comes back forwards, too far away, comes back forwards, just, that sucks. They would have had, like, if Miracle got some shots in there, they would have had that kill. That is just unlucky there for FD. Fortunately, they needed to creep him closer. Like, when you want to attack down, like, you literally just got to run right up to the edge. Like, even if you know you're probably going to be in range, it's just better not to take the chances. Run right up the edge, basically stick your neck over the edge, and then attack down the hill. Same for going uphill too.
Radiant's
just to save those awkward back and forth moments where you can't get the attack to trigger, or even the spell to go off. Like, nothing is worse than playing something like Sankey and trying to burrow strike uphill, and then your stupid hero goes to walk around. That kind of shit drives people nuts. It's the kind of stuff that's the kind of thing that makes people uninstall the game sometimes, I swear. I mean, I could actually uninstall the match, uninstall the game, and then download it faster than I will getting disconnected. Like, then I will basically getting abandoned. I should do that sometime. Meanwhile, though, I'm just going to pop our ultimate now. We've still got the exorcism going. It's probably going to wear off pretty soon, though. Now, TFG going to back up. And it looks like G-Guard are just going to disengage here. So I don't want to press their luck with exorcism wearing off. Yeah, there we go. It's just finished up now.
Double damage.
Whoa, the Blue Rune of Destiny. This could be ugly. If G-Guard decide to fight with the Exorcism down up against the Drow with double damage, they've seen it though, they should know the Miracle has this. And they have to be super, super careful. Silence comes out of closer, not really caring though. So I hear the Mask Commander is getting popped there. Miracle's spot the Mask Commander, he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it, will he go for it is the question. The swap and stun is there on this side, yeah, let's just play it safe. I mean, they could make some cute plays, but it's just not worth the risk. When you have the better late game, like, there's no reason for FD to take the risk there. Especially not with an Aegis up on the Ember Spirit. Now, Centaur. Looks like he's building a Heaven's Halberd, which definitely gonna be not that useful, actually, because... Alright, he's playing against a Drow who's got Manta Style and is building BKB. Double ways to get rid of it. Doesn't really give a crap. The Medusa also has a way to get rid of it. She's got her own Manta Style as well. She can get out of it. Just gonna be... yeah, not super effective. Definitely not particularly effective. I thought the Blade Mail would have been better. I mean, at least he can punish Drow for hitting him really hard. Like, Drow might accidentally... like, if Drow crits as he puts the Blade Mail on, there's the potential that, basically, Miracle almost kills himself. Because Drow's going to have so many attacks... like, she's got the attack speed, she's going to have so many attacks airborne that she's going to have 2 or 3 hits in the air. Basically, before she manages to stop hitting
Radiant's
him.
middle tower is under attack.
Death Prophet, though, just goes for a bit of harassment there with the Arctic Blast. Hasn't managed to secure anything, though. They're a little bit worried, though, because they've still got the Aegis. They've still got Exorcism. He's only level 2, though. Not level 3 just yet. Pelossa's still got his ult up right now. And G-Guard, no, they can't afford to wait around. They've got to start making stuff happening. This is probably later than they want. They probably wanted to start pushing about 5 minutes ago. At least harassing the tier 3s about 5 minutes ago and starting to chip them down. But this has definitely been a later... this match has gone later than they so desired. Because late game, they know the playing in the Medusa, this Medusa is going to suck. Medusa has picked up her ultimate orb. Number 1, expecting number 2 to come out in a moment. But they might actually hang on to start. I mean, FD at this point in time probably going to start hanging on to buybacks as well, because again, they can afford to stall the game. It will go in their favor if they stall a little bit longer. And it will just give them the safety net against any stupid pickoffs or unlucky pickoffs that happen from G-Guard. Speaking of unlucky pickoffs, Winter is going to disrupt this smoke game. It's a lot of wasted time. That Invis rune, that probably just saved Ember Spirit's life. Ember Spirit, Sharky. Oh, I say it saved Sharky's life. I lie though, Stampede. They're going to get popped and they will get away. Stampede though. Saving the day there. So in the end, a whole bunch of wasted time there for the entire first departure team. As we see, FD just back off again. G-Guard just go to their own base. They're a little bit scared about jumping out here. A little bit worried about what might happen. They can't really afford to get picked off at this point in time. It is far too risky indeed. They get picked off, they could quite easily translate into lost towers. Even the lost racks. They're unlucky to see that. Oh, Sleight of Fist as well. As the chains come through there. Pelosi, though, just tanking it fairly happily. Not really carrying that much at all. Now he's a stomp double edge as well. Pelosi, though, taking his hits quite nicely. In comes the exit. Going to be committed there. Meanwhile, though, looks like they are going to actually lose the Centaurs now. The Phoenix going to pop the ultimate. Can he try and buy some room for his team? They will back off their TFG now. Popping his stick there. Popping his scepter. Trying to chase down Lubby. Lubby throws out the stun. Not getting a multicast. So the Ghost just chew through Lubby. Now slight change. Silence comes through. They're all on top of Enigma. Hannah trying to back off here. Meanwhile, Drow also not really getting stuck in. Will back off. They lose the Phoenix as well. That's 2 down. None in return. They do get the tower though. Which is, you know what, worth it. Blink out there. Miracle going to get back, as well as Hannah. Yules tossing Medusa up in the air. Medusa hasn't got her ult anymore. Has already been used now. Drow turns, goes up to WTF. The ult is down right now for TFG. 2-man black hole. They swap out. A little bit low. They will clean up the Enigma there, as it looks like Sharky had taken out. Their Miracle still at half health. Can drive forwards here. They don't have anything to cancel Link's TP. Link's going to get away. And TFG also managing to back off there as well. So a 2 for 3 all up. But they lose a tier 2. And both cores getting a lot of money out of that, but they lose the Ember Spirit is the issue, who's already behind, arguably. Does want to catch up. Has got his crit now though as well, so I mean he's looking healthier, but he's still not where he wants to be. Well,
Haste.
okay. It's kind of like that was a blind stamp. He was really hoping to pick off Miracle. The Miracle with the haste, they're probably not going to get him. As Ogre picks up a gem. I think they realise what disrupted their gank. TFG though, he's Well, you know, if he gets the Yules off, that will actually get rid of all of Miracle's buffs. There we go. Miracle comes down, Lucy's Masker Man, Lucy's Haste Root as well. Miracle actually could just turn and kill him, though. Pops the Ghost Scepter, trying to bait him into his team there. Winter now going to jump in. BKB, the Miracle says, you know what? I don't actually care. Winter, you've made a terrible error. I'm going to kill you. Gus comes in comes the Phoenix as well. He's going to try and finish with Winter. Super slow now. The zombies are going to come through on top of Miracle. Crypt Swarm as well. He's going to hit a Miracle now. Going to try and TP out. I think he's going to die, though. The zombies will finish him off. Undying gets the kill. Yule's now being used on Pelosa. Pelosa too slow into the fight. Throws down his ult. The Scardy in play now. Ling getting slowed, stunned up by Malithus. Will get cleaned up. The Phoenix ult also being popped, just zoning out Winter. And Ling, one more hit, he does go down there. And they get a 1-for-1, but in comes WTF, double chains coming up. Pelosa, though, still fighting his way through his Hannah, gets stunned up. Will probably go down at Crypt Swarm, Exorcism as well. Pelosa now in trouble. Down goes Hannah. Pelosa trying to stand alone here. Buyback now for Drow. Pelosa's down. And the buyback's way too late. Wow, and a gem also. Well, at the very least, they secure. The buyback does manage to save them a gem. So there is that. No, Miracle! No, not the Black King bar. Holy crap. Just like, have a free 4,000 gold item that I don't want anymore. Wait a minute. The buyback from Phoenix not really doing a whole. The buyback from Miracle at the very least getting them the gem back. Holy shit, that was a messy fight though. Miracle not respecting the zombies and just allowing them to beat on him while he had the Mask of Madness buff on. That's gonna sting. That cost them that cost FD a fairly hefty win there in terms of gold lead. They've dropped from about 6,000 down to less than 2.5. That's a pretty painful hit. Meanwhile, Death Prophet finds herself a heart, and she's suddenly shot up in net worth. With that heart and the fact that Miracle had the, well, didn't have to, but did, buy back, has really given G-Guard a huge shot in the arm here. But on the downside, I mean, for FD though, it's still okay for them. They fought a scrappy fight. They're still in a really good position going late game. They've got Drow, they've got Medusa, they've got really, really strong late game capabilities. Whereas Death Prophet is probably going to need to find a refresh orb to make sure they can fight FD at all times. It really comes to, I mean, I don't know if Death Prophet usually plays her to fight based on attrition, but I don't know in a proper 5-on-5 if she can out-attrition a Pelosa's Medusa. Because Medusa, of course, super tanky. Very hard to deal with. And I mean, in that case, I mean, he literally had 4 or 5 heroes wailing on him all at once.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
This is going to cost them a tier 2. FD, let's push so much. Like,
Dire's
unless
bottom
Exorcism is running, they push so
fallen.
much faster. And they're going to say, you know what, you can take that tier 2 if you want, because we'll have a tier
Radiant's
3,
top
maybe even a
tower is under
Rex.
attack.
The TP defenses are coming in here. Miracle now going to move up as well. Pelosa also here. They're lining themselves up for a stop. Ling, no. Ling's getting cleaned up meanwhile. Centaur pops Stampede. No stun just yet. Pelosa. Oh, whiffs a stun there. They lose a gem as well. Buyback right now from there from the Undying. Now jump in. Pelosa popping. Oh, now the Black Hole catches TFG. Can they bring him super slow? Multicast comes swap out there to cancel the Black Hole. Phoenix dive. No, comes straight back in. TFG still pressing forward. 1 down. 2 down, in fact, because they had the buyback. Phoenix goes down. So 1 for 2 there at the moment now. Uh-oh, looks like we're going to lose Ling again. That's a dieback. TFG also super low. Can they get him 1 more hit? No, Yules is himself up in the air. Now Miracle, though, moving forwards. Can he get him? No. TFG. He's managed to get his ult to come back in there now. 4 stuff out there from Winter. Winter gets away. For the moment, in the end, 4 kills for 2 in return. And Miracle's still pretty healthy. Oh, they lose a courier too. Now TFG in trouble. The zombie tower gets brought down there by Miracle. And Lubby. I actually don't know if they kill. Drow actually, wow. Drow builds the Ghost Scepter, which I don't disagree. Building the Ghost Scepter is a great defensive mechanism there. Against pretty much the entire lineup of G-Guard, except of course for Centaur, but it stops so much incoming damage. I think it's actually a pretty damn smart buy there for Miracle. Because he's already got he's already got enough damage. He's already doing 320 damage a swing. So he can definitely afford to give another, and plus he's got the massive attack speed too. He can definitely afford to hand over another slot to, like, he's eventually got 2 defensive items and 1 sort of semi-defensive item there. Miracle's just basically prioritizing staying alive in these fights, and he can still get some good damage out of the Ghost Scepter too, because all he's got to do is turn it into an Ethereal Blade. And that can actually do a scary amount of nuke damage too. But he'll most likely want to save it for just saving himself, or an ally even, from the physical damage output. And Hannah going for a BKB, I honestly don't like this. I feel like the BKB is the wrong choice. Sure, you can get the BKB, but it's not going to help you because you're still getting it swapped out. And he got swapped in that fight by VS. He can BKB all he wants, it's just not going to work. It's going to stop a fair amount of incoming damage, I guess. So there is that, which is nice. But then again, there's also a ton of physical damage coming in. So ultimately, I'm not 100% sold on the BKB, but then again, it's Enigma. He tends to sort of buy what he wants and always be useful. X system now deployed. They want to get this Roshan, but this time around, it seems like FD are a little bit more clued in where they might actually manage to disrupt it in time. Maybe. Maybe not. They're coming in really late. The negative armor is there on Roshan. He's getting burned down. They're going to be too slow by the looks of it. Going to go for a steal. Silence comes through. Stampede going to come through as well. Cheese also picked up there. TFG getting the Aegis there. Cheese. Ult comes out from feed. It's pretty much useless, so it hits almost nobody. Pelosi now trying to bring down TFG. It's a lot of damage. Pops his own ultimate as well. Trying to drive him back. Then now Drow on the other side. TFG between a rock and a hard place. In fact, is a rock himself. And now blink forward there for Miracle. He's going up to WTF. Silenced up. Oh, pops the cheese though. It's going to heal up. Meanwhile, Phineas goes down. They will have to disengage on the other side though. It looks like Winter in trouble. Winter, can he get away? Slowed down by the burn. Lubby though, out of mana. Can't press forward any further. Will have to back off. TP's out in there, and they will lose.
Top tower is under attack.
They will lose 2 for 1 there.
Not your best effort.
It does cost G-Guard the cheese though. The Aegis is kept, but it does cost him a cheese. They trade an offlaner and a support for 1 support. So overall, G-Guard, I think fairly even trade for them. Could have definitely been worse considering TFG got sandwiched in between Medusa as well as Drow. And got petrified to boot, but fortunately for him, they both backed off at that moment he got petrified, so they didn't get any additional damage in on him. And there we go. Morel says, alright, let's get some more damage out. 370 a swing now. That is definitely getting quite scary. Oblivion stuff being... Oh, it's just, yeah. You drop the courier. Who does it belong to? TFG. So yeah, he's going refresher. Getting... Wow, he has it. He's saving for buyback though, probably. He will need to save for buyback, obviously. But I feel like this... I feel like that... FD, as soon as a Rapier pops up Medusa, I feel like this is over for G-Guard. They've got to end this. They're still under the pump. They've got to end this before Medusa continues to farm. She's getting a Butterfly next. And then probably after that, we'll see a Rapier come out. And Medusa will be like, yeah, you know, I'm just going to try and steamroll over your entire team. See if you can deal with this sick damage.
A lucky find.
Smoke up there for G-Guard. They know they've got to make a move. They can't afford to sit back. Ember Spirit builds his own Manta. I mean, he needs it. He needs that Manta. You saw how he almost died. If he didn't have that cheese, he was dead last fight. That silence from Drow has completely locked him down. Dropping the high ground a little bit. I'm really not feeling this Phoenix pick though. It has done pretty much not a whole lot during this game. You know, there were definitely better picks there. Pelosi taking some heavy hits here. TFG though, quite happy to trade hits with them. The X system's still running at the moment. Stun comes out. G-Guard now in trouble. TFG now in some serious trouble. 4-star backwards. Dive comes through there. Doesn't connect though. TFG first ult down. His orb though still on the courier. Refresh. Oh, never mind. No, he's going to come back in. Never mind. He's going to charge straight back in there. This isn't going to come back through once again. Oh, man. They're going to lose Hannah straight away. Now the Phoenix ult is going to go off, though. Winter getting stunned up there. Meanwhile, the Drow, they're tearing him apart. They're absolutely ripping apart G-Guard's backline. Then down goes the Drow. Down goes the Undying. They lose the Winter as well. There's the monster kill there for TFG. We'll bring down... Oh, no, never mind. She loses her own life there. We'll pop back up a second, though. But this time around, she's in some trouble. Lubby now buffs up once again. The stuns come through. Multicast times 3. And TFG is dead. And we see that it's the sheer right-click carry power from Miracle and Pelosi. It's just too much for G-Guard to handle. Aegis or no Aegis. See the courier actually refreshed that ultimate there. And Miracle knows, oh, they're all dead, and they don't have a death prophet for 1 minute. Even if she was up, her ult's on cooldown for a minute as well. So it's pretty much going to be up to Ember Spirit to try and deal the damage. Maybe, I mean, they've got the damage. They get the stun out of Miracle. It's plausible that with Double Edge, they could kill him. But he has 2200 health, so he's not going to be a quick thing at all. And there is the potential that Miracle tries to turn it around. That tower just dropped. Lift's going to be popped right now. G-Guard, Stomp comes in. It's on Pelosi, though. Pelosi just laughing it off. What are you doing? This just tickles me. Miracle now, chained up. Then comes the heal. And yeah, there goes your axe. It's just too much. This is the point where Ling is just useless at this point. He drops down. Can't get close enough to make his ult work. Drops down the zombie tower, just immediately dies. There's nothing he can do at this point in time. And there we go. Pelosi just pops the mantra again, just doing some chip damage to this tower. Once, oh, no, never mind. He goes for Sharky. Which, I don't know why. He could put some chip damage to the tower. They will just back off, though. Play it safe. Probably getting to the point where Drow, Miracle could probably afford to get rid of the treads and just bring up.
Regeneration.
Get some travels. Because right now, if it's, I mean, if we learn anything from TI3, it's carry a TP. Which he does not have right now. And now one last slot for Medusa. In this case, I actually don't think they need to go for a Thropia. I think they will just go and pick up a crit for him. Yeah, G-Guard, they know they've got to make this happen. If it's even a gem, oh, free gem, we'll pick that back up. But G-Guard know they've got to make something happen here. Like, they've got to start scoring some Raxes. And even though they lost the last fight pretty convincingly, they've got to keep fighting. Like, if they don't fight now and they just wait another 5 minutes, it's just going to be 5 more minutes for FD to farm and get even stronger. So it's either they outplay FD now, or they lose the game regardless. They lose now, they lose in 5 minutes, no big deal. But if they wait, they have no chance to win. It's looking pretty bleak for them right now, though. Got to admit. And Winter takes some heavy hits there. Will manage to back up just a little bit. Starving up the hill now. TFG in trouble. Pops the ult. Will get swapped out in a second, though. No swap deployed just yet. They're saving it. Now Medusa popping her own ult, and he's going to kill the zombie tower so easily. Sentinel dies on the top side. Miracle's just ripping them apart. WTF now also trying to get away, as they're also going to focus fire down now on top of the Death Prophet. Ling going to go down. Oh, they're going to lose TFG. TFG goes down. Meanwhile, Drow still giving chase. WTF getting cleaned up here, or maybe not. He's trying to get away. Cleans up the illusions. Miracle still giving chase. In comes the Sleight of Fist. Oh, zips across. Just gets away. Trying to TP out here. Blink forward from Miracle, brings him down. An unstoppable streak for Miracle. And that's another 4 down, and I think G-Guard, that was probably their last hurrah. As now the counter-attack coming out of FD is going to end the game. You see the end of the 4.5k swing in favor of FD. I'm really not feeling this Phoenix pick, though, I'm going to be honest. It's just... I feel like they just could have... I feel like its support void would have been more effective. Anyway, though, Ling just gets blasted. Oh, Drow just fucking rips him apart. Doesn't even care about the Vengeance Aura. It's got a double damage. Anyway, so this game's just coming to a close right now. G-Guard just ending up. Winter and Sharky huddling together for safety. They're not safe. Spoiler alert, they come out here, they're going to die. Time to make some YOLO plays, or just kill Miracle.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Just get a more, if they can kill Miracle, more moral victory for Winter. No, GG is called. G-Guard know it's over. They had to make this game end a lot earlier. They just stalled out. They went for their first push at 30 minutes. It was just a little too late. They needed to be doing chip damage to the tier 3s by 25 minutes. Like, they had to be getting ready to go at 25 minutes in. It just, the game stalled out. Miracle got off to a flying start after that first early death. The late TP support in. But he got off to a flying start right after that, and it was just impossible to shut him down from there on out. You see they're finishing up this game on 13-5-7, completely dominating that scoreboard. Obviously, TFG did do some good work himself. And we should just touch on the Phoenix pick. I mean, he got a whole bunch of assists and stuff, but I feel like you could have picked Visage, Void. There's so many other picks they could have gone for. Enigma could have jungle. They didn't have to offlane him. Just, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm going to be real here. I'm not feeling the Phoenix pick at all. I'm honestly not really sold on the hero itself. Anyway, guys, this was Triumph of Man casting. First Departure versus G-Guard. Now, G-Guard will have a chance to redeem themselves for tonight's matches. They have another chance to win. They will be playing up against the last match tonight. They will be up against Team Malaysia, or what's left of it. I don't know actually who's still playing for them. But they will be playing, actually, roughly now. We are behind schedule at the moment. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be jumping to the next match ASAP. See you soon.